Hey, everybody. It's me, Bill, and I've had a rough couple of days, and I've shared that with you, and I haven't gone live. So I think it's really important to go live so that people can understand that I'm okay. I'm still here, but the struggle is real. And I am extremely, I'm extremely thankful that I'm able to express what I'm going through in a way that resonates with people. I'm proud of that. Um, a lot of people say, "Oh, why are you?" Hey, I was trying to get him to come over here because I had just eaten some barbecue chicken, and then I knew that he would try to eat the bones, and I should have picked it up, but I already hit the live button, so it was too late. So when you saw me going, "Come here, come here, come here," it's because Buster, who is not moving, is at my feet, and so I was trying to get him to not step on Buster. Buster is breathing. Buster's a dog, by the way, guys. Um, he's breathing, but he is, my guess, definitely checking out. Now, I'm saying that to you guys right now because I can. 2 hours ago, I couldn't. I don't know if my eyes are still red or anything, but I don't deal with emotions well. So I'm go. Hold on for a second, guys. Because me and him are about to fight over these pieces of chicken. They're done. So we're not really fighting over the piece of the chicken. He's trying to eat the remnants, and he's an Akita, and he has a very, very sensitive stomach. So if he eats anything that is outside of his normal diet, it's over for me. Literally over. So the first thing I need to say is thank you for everyone that has subscribed to my Substack channel, that have gone for paid subscriptions. I need that. And I've never asked for anything before. So it was hard for me because I was thinking about doing a GoFundMe because life is just rough right now. Rough. But I don't like asking for things. So what I felt was if people pledge to my Substack, that would help me immensely. And it's something that allows me, and I'm not saying I'm not going to do, if things get worse, I might have to do a GoFundMe, but it keeps it keeps me feeling like I have value and I'm not begging for things. I'm asking people to support what I'm doing on a regular basis while I'm looking for a job. I am not a Debbie Downer. I believe that everything happens in divine timing. See, now that I moved the plate of chicken away, now you're gonna see this jerk over here. See him? See? Yeah, you. Um, and you don't want to fight with him over a piece of chicken, by the way. So once he has it, he has it. Um, but subscribing to my Substack helps me to live, helps me to keep my lights on, helps me to keep my water running. Right now, I have zero income and zero in the bank. So those $13 monthly subscriptions are are fantastic. The 120 I saw, the 150 that I saw, you know, all of it is like magnificent. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep doing it. And one of the things that I recognize, because I was like, I can't do this. I can't ask people to subscribe. But then I recognize that Don Lemon, Joy Reid, I'm just naming the two, um, they walked out multimillionaires. But when they went on to Substack and when they went on to YouTube, they continuously said, please become a paid subscriber to help me keep my lights on. So if millionaires can ask you to be a paid subscriber to help keep their lights on, then why am I too bold to do it? I'm not. So I need help keeping my lights on. Just like Don Lemon, just like Joy Reid, there's no shame in asking. Um, and I normally don't ask. So I'm going to make this ask right now. For everyone that follows me on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. As those subscriptions increase, I move closer to being able to monetize my YouTube channel. I already have over 1,000 subscribers. Now I need the watch hours. So subscribe, watch, help me sustain my life without having to beg. I'm looking for a job every single day. I'm looking for a job at all levels. I'm not turning anything down if it comes my way. Most of the phone calls that I get, however, are robocalls for you've been pre-approved for a $50,000 loan. Sad. So half the time my phone rings and I go to look at it and I'm reporting it and reporting to spam, but they just continue to come at different numbers, different numbers, different numbers. I've led a very, very blessed life, very blessed. But I can tell you that the peaks and valleys have been in line with the peaks and the valleys of America. So I built everything up and then lost it in the economic downturn in 2009. Built everything back up, lost it in 2021. Whatever savings I've had between 2021, which is I lost my business during COVID. It closed in 2021, but really it was because it was such a terrible year in 2020 that we couldn't keep our business up and we wouldn't make payroll in 2021. And we tried our best to go through. The reason why it was 2021 is because we tried to get through the fourth quarter, the holiday season, thinking, okay, that's going to turn things around. And it just didn't. And so I needed to make that very conscious decision to release a valuable asset that was taken over because we did not have the funds to pre-buy uh, stock inventory prior to it getting to the United States. So if you understand big businesses, um, Best Buy, uh, Amazon, Walmart, Target, if a ship is coming over, they can say, hey, we want to buy 50,000 or 50 million units before it even hits the shore. Well, I didn't have that. So our sales were fantastic, but then we went to go and fulfill the inventory because everybody was backlogged. It was already pre-given to everyone else. Everyone else. Um, the other part is that the bounce back after 2020 has not been great. So I've been consulting, and I had a year-long consulting gig, and then roughly about a 6-month consulting gig over the past 3 years. And so what that means is everything is erratic. You work for a year, and then whatever you made in that year has to cover the next 6 months, and then you work for 6 months, and it's not It was great. I have to say the gratitude part. It was great because it protected whatever savings that I had, but the savings is now gone. Uh, because healthcare has jumped up. Uh, the hiring season between, October to December or January just wasn't there. I am, and I have always been applying regularly, even through October, November, December, diligently. So I know that something's coming through for me. I know it, and something big. But right now, I need help. The other thing I'm going to tell you is that I've written several different articles. And one I wrote the other day just about surviving everything I've survived and wondering, will I survive? Will I have the strength to survive this one? And that was a raw, unfiltered presentation of my state in that moment. I think it's something that a lot of people think about when you have when you're at zero, when you're at rock bottom, and you're doing everything that you know, and you're trying things that you don't know. Um, you ask yourself, "W- w- what's the point of life?" And I had one of those moments yesterday. It was a moment I wanted to share it because today is a new day. And we should all, I believe that we should all tell people when we're struggling. We should make it obvious. We should say, look, I am having a hell of a day. I don't know if I can make it. I'm having a breakdown. I'm in shambles. Um, because you don't know where that word of wisdom is going to come from. We shouldn't live in shame, except for him who steals all of my chicken. Shame. Um, and we're human. So why not say that you're a human? Why not say, damn it, I can't, like, one more war, one more this, one more that. I can't take it. It's just too much. But we can. We can. And that's why I wrote the article minute by minute, because I can't take my life day by day. I have to take it minute by minute. So this morning I woke up and I realized that my dog is passing away. Pretty sure of it. Why am I sure? Because last night I went to bed and he was in the kitchen in a very specific spot. And he always follows me into my bedroom. And this morning when I woke up, he was in that same spot. But when I touched him, he moved. He moved. And he breathed. And so he is his vitals are still there. When I tried to walk him, he couldn't walk. When I got him outside to try to, I carried him outside so he can pee, and he literally fell. Sat him down. He's a big dog. They're both big. I sat him down and he just collapsed and he laid on his side and then he urinated on himself. So I washed him down because we're in the front yard. I just took the hose and I washed him down. And then we sat outside for a minute so he can dry off. And I got him back in the house, and where we stopped, he stayed. So he didn't get past the foyer of the house. Eventually, I picked him up and I moved him onto the couch, similar to where he is. so that I can hold him and so that he can feel my heartbeat, so that he can feel the warmth. And I'm not sure if he can see or hear because his eyes look very cloudy, and he doesn't respond to sounds, but he responds to touch. And then he lifted his head and he fell off the couch. Poor thing. But when he fell off the couch, he didn't move. So he is going down. Not I'm putting him down. He's doing himself. But right now he just lifted his head. So he'll lift his head, but he won't move his body. And it's hard because everything that I've been going through, it's kind of like since 2026, it's been every day something. And at some points, multiple things a day, from healthcare to food to um, my car payment not being made and my house payment not being made. It's just everything. You add all that stuff up and you're like, why am I here? Why? Is this living? But the truth is, every day is a blessing and every day is teaching us something new. And every time throughout my life, my next chapter has been better than my previous. Right now, I'm just in that in between time, in between jobs, which means in between that stability feeling, which means in between getting everything paid on time, which means X, X, X. And I'm sharing with you guys because some people aren't talking about it. Some people are acting like, oh, nothing's happening. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. I've been looking for over a year and a half. Yeah. So 2025, the beginning, first quarter 2025 was my last consulting gig. And that consulting gig came 6 months after my last consulting gig. That was a year. So that's me. I say that so that we can share openly and without judgment and without criticism and with the mindset of uplifting each other. We're not broken. The system is. And I really want to say this to recruiters out there. First, Workday. I posted about this morning. Workday had a lawsuit against them for excluding people over 50. They basically are one of the largest application tracking systems. And people over 50, or that they since were over 50, their resumes weren't funded over. I fall into that group. So that's one thing that we need to be aware of, that ageism not only is in effect, but we have AI that's automatically, or one application tracking system that was automatically not populating your data. I know this to be true because I reached out to someone at American Welding Society. I applied for a job there. And I asked, have you gotten my resume? And she said, I said, hey, I applied. Here's my resume. Um, and she said, I love your resume. I don't see your application in our tracking system. So somehow it never got to her. And she said she looked, it wasn't there. I had used the application tracking system. That's why I followed up with, here's a copy of my resume. Although it's difficult and although it's hard, it's also unprecedented. Unprecedented. I can never say that because we're not dealing in normal times. We're not need we're not we're not navigating a normal job market. We're not navigating normal, processes, and a lot of the hiring teams don't understand what they actually need. So all of that creates this environment of turmoil when you're in the job search. The other thing that is very discouraging is it's January 8th. What day is it? I think it's the 8th. So people have only been back really working since January 6th. That's, between you okay? You okay? Between January 6th or between Monday and today, between Monday and Thursday, I've gotten 3 different phishing scams. Got your resume, think you're a great fit, click here and fill out a form. Got your resume, think you're a great fit. Uh, I'm texting you on your phone number. Um, when I asked what about my resume made them reach out, the response was, well, I really haven't seen your resume. So if you can tell me more about it, then how did you get my phone number? I had applied for the job for blockchain.com. I've also seen them repost that same job under a different name. So it's discouraging because half the jobs on LinkedIn, no, not half, the ones that have reached back out to me have been scams and the others have been crickets. So you're dealing with all of that. You're dealing with all of that. And then um, you're telling yourself life is going to get better. And it is. And I say that full throatedly. But day by day for me versus minute by minute is way better, minute by minute. Because as I said, I couldn't talk today because my eyes were red and I'm dealing with Buster and I'm very upset. Um, and the other couple of days I haven't come on because I usually like to come on because I may not be great um, emotionally in the moment, but I'm funny, and that's the way I deal um, with hard times. I try to make light of it, but some days it's harder than others. And this past 8 days have been challenging, challenging. That's the word I'm going to choose today with intention because a challenge is something that you can overcome. A challenge is something that you can beat. A challenge is temporary. And with that, I'm going to sign out. I hope someone understands this, resonates with this, appreciates this. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Please subscribe to my Substack. You can be free. You can be paid. I prefer paid because I need the cash. Um, I'm saying that as a working man that's not working, that's not a billionaire, that doesn't have a wife or a husband or a roommate or anything else to take care of me. I don't have anyone else to lean on. It's just me. So that's it. That's all. You guys be great. Love you. I hope your life goes better. I know mine will.